Max, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. Go ahead and take a look at your video, and we're going to talk about a couple different things. The first thing I want to discuss is your setup here. You need to do a good job of making sure that you pay attention to where your foot is on the rubber. And as you can see, you got a little bit of a space in between your foot and that rubber. Now, once you lift your leg, you'll never be able to get back on that rubber again. So you want to make sure that you're flush against that thing, so you can use it to push off. Okay, when you ultimately deliver a pitch, it's one of the simplest things to just do. Is just when you get in there, pay attention to your feet, and let's go ahead and get that thing up against the up against the rubber. So as you come set, what we're looking for. As you come set and go up to your balance position is that you create a nice wall of weight on that back side. And as you can see, as you lift your head actually goes forward. Okay, your head goes forward, and your hands go back. So right now, right off the bat, your body is working against itself, and you got the top half of the delivery going forward, another part of the top half of your delivery is going backwards. Your lower half's doing a good job of staying up over your back leg. But let's go ahead and let's fix your hands. Let's go ahead and bring them closer to your body, and just as you lift your leg up, they'll just kind of go up and down with your knee. Okay, and your head is going to stay back over your back side as well. So what we'll do is we'll move forward to the directional phase of the delivery. And the first thing I notice here, Max, is that you really lean your top half over. You're trying to keep your head upright, which is good, but you're leaning your whole upper body over. What I'd like to see it do is just go ahead and let's go ahead and, as you break your hands, okay, one, you're going to break them a little bit higher, but you're going to just stay tall above the waist. Okay, just really feel yourself sit down as if you're sitting in a chair, okay, or you're doing a squat position. And this is going to take practice. When you break your hands from the handbrake position, you just need to stay right where you're at. Feel yourself sink in your lower half. Feel the weight get heavy in your legs, not your upper body. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense for you, that when you break your hands, the weight sits in your legs and not in your upper body. And what that's going to do is you're going to be able to stay tall above the waist as you approach home plate. Now when we land, I'd like to say that you do a great job of keeping your weight back. It's one of the better. This is one of the better positions that I've seen. As we go right up towards the belt, that chin and that belly button and your belt buckle are right in line with each other, which means your weight's in an awesome position. Okay, you're striding towards home plate. Excellent. One of the better positions that I've seen at camp in the loaded position. So this is something you still just constantly fight for, is keeping that weight back when you get to the loaded position. Your glove. One thing I look for is the weight back, feet in line, glove and knee or ankle tied together, which you are. Okay, elbows below the shoulder, which is awesome. As you can see, we kind of go back to the beginning. You got that space in between your foot and your rubber, which is preventing you from pushing off that firm surface. Right now you're just pushing off loose dirt, so you want to make sure you get that foot butted up against the rubber. As we move on to the release of the baseball, okay, continue to go forward. I don't know why if you're trying to be too careful with the pitch, but you're standing up through that pitch, okay, and you really have just a deaccelerated delivery in the follow through. That leg, when you release that pitch, that back heel should come up, okay, and swing around. You get your chest should get forward. All right, your head should get way out over your front leg. I mean, your head should get it way out over there, so you get some directional force through the baseball. Be aggressive through the pitch, and you just look very, very unaggressive through the pitch. If you do a towel drill, okay, with a partner, and they sit out somewhere out in the distance out in front of you, and they hold a target. They hold a target for you. What you should be able to do is you should be able to get out there with a towel, okay, and snap down. So replace a baseball with a towel, and you should be able to slap down on that target and be real aggressive through it. And what your partner's going to do is he's going to slowly gain some distance away from you. So you got to reach, and the more you get out over your front foot after release, okay, and we should be out here. That head should get all the way out to here, before you stop your delivery. That backside is going to start kicking through. You're going to start using your lower half a little bit more. So, but all in all, very good delivery. You need to make sure that we butt our foot up against the rubber. As we get to a balanced position, you just keep your hands over your knee, locked into your belly button to your chest. Okay, your head needs to stay back a little bit more, and let's go ahead and stay. Let's right the upper torso so you're not leaning over and then try to stand up through the pitch. But we get out to a release point, or we get out to the loaded position. You're in an awesome position. You just need to keep fighting for this, because it's one of the better ones that I've seen. And then we get to that release point. You need to get out over your front leg and continue to drive through the baseball with your lower half. All right, Max, I want to thank you for coming to camp. I hope you learned a little bit here today, and look forward to seeing you out there again sometime soon.